Hello once again for the final time in the demo dev commentary for Hammer and Harvest Dwarven Roots. It is day 3 of the demo. That is the final day in this particular demo for Hammer and Harvest, which should be out very shortly for all of you to check out and enjoy on Steam. So if you haven't already, go and follow us on our Steam page and wishlist the game, and as soon as the demo becomes available to you, you should get a notification. If you don't, we will be sure to post about it here and elsewhere on social media. You can find all our accounts at Hammer Harvest Game. We're on Blue Sky, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram. You know, we're pretty much anywhere that you would expect to find us. So go and follow us, and we will be sure to notify you as soon as you can try the demo for yourself. Now, since it's the last day of the demo, our objective is to get our scores across artistry, community, and economy. These are your expedition point categories. Our goal is to get those categories to the highest level that we possibly can. And remember that the Dwarf King is going to expect level 10 from us. But of course, if we were playing the full game, we would have 3 weeks to accomplish that, instead of, well, 3 days, which is quite a different time frame. So I don't think we're quite going to hit level 10, all of those categories. That would be very impressive if anyone is able to do that in the demo. And in fact, if you're able to do that in the demo, please reach out, send me an email, let me know. I would be thoroughly floored by that. Because I don't think I'm going to hit it just playing through 3 days. However, I think we'll get pretty close in some of the categories. I expect maybe community will probably get pretty close. That seems to be the category that is the easiest to get off the ground in the early stages of the game, when you don't have as many resources to rely on and your tools aren't quite as upgraded as they are later on. But in order to bolster some of those other categories, we're going to focus a little bit on farming here in the morning. That's going to get us some of these crops. You see, all of these crops in the heights are ready to harvest. We've got onions, we've got hops, we've got tomatoes. Now, farming is also going to help us with our, well, not just our economy objective, but our community objective indirectly, because by harvesting these crops, we now have plenty of resources that we can use for cooking, and cooking is a great way to gain community points. In addition to that, as I perform my farming chores, you'll see that farm XP bar kind of fill up towards the top of the screen. It's just under the sundial there. When that fills all the way up, which we fill by performing farming chores, such as tilling fields and watering crops and sowing crops, picking weeds, those sort of things. When that fills all the way up, we will be ready to head to the tavern and get a refreshing beverage. And by doing that, we will gain a free community point, so that is well worth doing. Of course, that's also going to give us that lovely tavern refreshment bonus that makes it easier for us to harvest resources throughout the world by making our axe and our hammer and our fishing rod more effective. So there's just all kinds of benefits to doing our farm chores early in the day. Now, since I'm up here in the heights, I am also just going ahead and clearing out any rock or stump that I can get my hands on, because getting that lumber and that minerals is going to be very important for potentially completing some works projects. This bath chamber, I think, in particular, is a project that we should complete. That is also going to make it easier for us to get community points, because if we take a bath, then we won't smell so bad, and other dwarves will like us more. When they like us more, we get the squeaky clean bonus. It's a buff that applies to your character for the remainder of the day, and it's going to make us more sociable, I guess you should say. It's going to make it easier for us to gain friendship. So we have a 17% friendship gain buff for the next 18 hours here. That's great, because that means that if we give someone a gift, if we talk to them, if we complete one of their requests, we will be not just regularly rewarded, but additionally rewarded with extra friendship points, which is going to get us additional community points. So very, very useful. Now, I'm looking over the cooking menu because we have a lot of things that we can potentially cook. There's all kinds of recipes available to us now because we harvested all of those above ground crops that were ready to be harvested today. And we also did some fishing last night, and that's making all of these recipes super accessible to us. So I am prioritizing the recipes that are going to get us the best benefit. Every recipe has a first make bonus, which means that the first time that you make it, you're going to get an amount of community points based on the rarity and the value of the ingredients that go into the recipe. So some of these recipes, like the cake recipe, are fairly difficult to craft the first time. They require a lot of goods that you yourself produce. And so by crafting or by cooking this cake recipe, we just gained 12 community points, which is huge. You can see that we are actually level 9 in the community category right now, which is super good. Like I said, 10 is the expectation. And if this were the full game, we would still have 18 days to go. So we would be doing very, very good in the community category. And I don't know, I suppose there's a chance we might actually hit level 10 in this playthrough on that one particular category. We will have to see as the video progresses. But I'm just going to go ahead and make every recipe available to me that I haven't made before because, like I said, that's going to give us points, and we can take those recipes and sell them or eat them for buffs. All kinds of useful things we can do with that. But, of course, I know it's the last day of the demo, and because of that, I might be playing this slightly differently than you would be if it were the full game. I'm going to really focus on shipping as many of these valuable goods as I can, because that's going to earn us money at midnight when I go to bed, which is the very last thing that I'll do in the demo. And the more money that we make, the more economy points we will receive at the end of the day. That's going to get our economy level as high as humanly or dwarfly possible before the end of the demo. So it is 2 o'clock in the afternoon in the demo. One thing that we have not done yet is we haven't quite gotten that XP bar all the way up so that we can unlock the tavern refreshment bonus. So I'm going to do a little bit more farm chores until that bar fills all the way in and we get the notification that we're ready to head to the tavern. One of the ways that I'm going to do this is just by sowing a whole bunch of tomato seeds. And then I'll go ahead and pick some weeds and probably water those tomatoes if I don't quite fill it in. Yeah, look at that. It's like 95%. So there we go. So now that I've worked up a sweat, I'm ready to head to the tavern and receive the tavern bonus by drinking from the keg, which again will give us community points. We'll probably run into some other dwarves in the tavern as well, which is useful. But while I'm on my farm, I might as well run down here and grab all of these minerals, these ores. I had some crystals that were ready to be harvested in the crystal growing pools. Those are going to help with the economy a lot because crystals are very valuable products, as you might imagine. I just gifted one of my crystals to Lombar, who's maybe not the friendliest dwarf around, but you know, we want to be friendly with everybody. So we gave him a crystal. He loved that. That was like one of his favorite gifts, which is great. So now we know that. Now in the future, if we really want to become friends with Lombar, we can continue to give him crystals that we grow, and we know that he is going to like those. So that's great. We've gained friendship points and probably gone up a friendship rank or two with Lombar, filling in some of those hearts that you see when you talk to particular NPCs. That shows you how well liked you are with that NPC. Before heading to the tavern, I'm going to go over to the Great Hall and check out some of these works projects. You know, we're going to see if we can complete one of these before we're out of time. Sometimes works projects take several hours to complete, and the trick with that is, of course, we're going to run out of time here very soon, so we need to make sure that we complete that project before it gets too late in the day, or else as soon as we complete it, we're going to be out of time and the demo is going to be over. So I think we'll probably, yeah, we don't quite have enough to complete the aqueduct, unfortunately. That's a good one to complete. But we're going to go ahead and complete this west pillar. We're going to restore it to its original state just by sacrificing a number of minerals. and a number of hours to finish the works project. So we've done it. We've made the west pillar. That let us reach artistry level 7, which really is quite high for day 3. I think we've done a pretty good job here in the demo. Another interesting thing you may be noticing is I'm picking all of this miner's mint. This is an item that has not appeared thus far in the playthrough until today. That's because today is a special event. It's an herbal harvest event, and you can see those in your calendar. Herbal harvests just mean that throughout the world this special herb is growing called miner's mint. Miner's mint is a rare item worth quite a bit of money and also an ingredient in several different high-value recipes. So it just kind of changes up how you might play the game day by day based on what events are occurring. So on a day when miner's mint is growing, you might spend more time exploring the world than you otherwise would in order to harvest as much of that rare herb as you can off the ground. Now, I'm using my final day as well to do some crafting. I'm getting some silver tools, which are much better than bronze tools. Silver hammers can break larger boulders. Silver axes can break larger stumps, and those are going to grant us access to even deeper veins of ore and other areas in the Heights region. So I'm going to take my silver hammer straight down to the deeps and see if I can break into that next cave, which has additional ores for me to collect. So you can see if I charge up my hammer, which takes a little bit of a wind up, then I can break down this large, sort of this colossal boulder that's blocking my path. And I now have permanent access to this new cavern that contains gold ore. That's the first gold ore that I've encountered, but very soon here, with my gold ore, I will be able to craft the golden variant of tools, which is not only extremely useful for me to have as a farmer, but as I mentioned in the previous video, gold tools are often requested items of various NPCs. For example, the prospector wants a gold hammer to be gifted, so if we gave Lombar a gold hammer, he would be very, very happy with us. Now, I don't think we're quite going to reach that status in this playthrough. We can't quite craft the gold ingot because we need a certain crystal in order to do that we haven't grown. However, we are going to be able to accomplish quite a bit here. I still haven't been to the tavern, so I'm on my way over to the tavern. Weirin there just mentioned that we smelled quite good because we took a bath earlier and we aren't stinky as we normally are, so that's good. Now that we're at the tavern, we're going to talk to these NPCs as well. Just make sure that their friendship level gets as high as humanly or dwarfly possible before the end of the demo. We're going to give them gifts. And of course, we're going to drink from the tavern keg. So, we probably could have done better on some of those gifts. Well, you know what, Dura liked that cave fern. Malik seemed kind of neutral towards it, but now we're going to see what Kiar thinks about a gift for Kiar. Maybe some miner's mint, it's a rare item. That's just a neutral gift. Alright, so we could have done better there, but, you know, we're learning. It's only day 3. Again, if it was the full game, we'd have several more weeks of in-game time. It's just that the demo only lets you play through day 3, so we are very quickly running out of time. It is 11 p.m., so it's kind of a race to make it back home, to sleep in the bed. If you sleep in your bed at night, then you gain an additional bonus of EXP, or expedition points. Sleeping is not mandatory. You could stay up all night and just at midnight you would receive your report. Kind of interrupts your play and then you continue. But it's worth it to head back to get that daily bonus by sleeping in your bed. One final check of the ledger. We're doing pretty good. We'll check our stats here just to see how we did in the demo. But yeah, level 7 in artistry, level 9 in community. That's pretty good. And we're about to make quite a bit of money as well, so we'll see what our final economy level is when that screen loads in. Let's see how we did. We shipped a lot of items today. Those 27 tomatoes are really earning us quite a bit of coin, almost 1,000 coins, 20 plus points of economy. That raises us to level 5. That is pretty good. So 7, 9, and 5 are our final scores for the demo. Very, very good for a 3-day run. And of course, the demo's over, so the end screen has come up, thanking us for playing. If you haven't already, go and wishlist the game on Steam. You can check out the demo in just a couple of weeks here when that goes live. And we also have a Kickstarter coming up on September 1st. You can be an important part of helping us bring the game to life and getting the game to the finish line by backing us and receiving special rewards for doing that. So we have a pre-launch page that's up right now. If you go to hammerharvest.com/KS, there's also a link down below. That will take you straight to the pre-launch page. You can register your interest, you can follow along, and on September 1st, when the campaign goes live, you can check out all of the awesome exclusive rewards you can receive, and help us bring the game to life. So thank you so much. If you like what you see, share our game with your friends and your family. Check out our social medias at Hammer Harvest Game. And we'll keep communicating as the game progresses. Thank you so much for watching.